So I feel really sad today about something. I don't want to talk about it on the internet. It's not actually a big deal, but I just don't want to talk about it. I have journaled on my phone, I have written on a book. I still don't feel better. So I'm resorting to what mostly at the end of the day always makes me feel better, surprisingly, which is recording a video. So here we are. Since I don't want to talk about what made me upset, I was thinking, what do I want to talk about? So it's just going to be me talking about random things out of nowhere. So first of all, look at this. Can you see what it is? I started a ritual in this room without even knowing. It was just subconscious, and then I realized that I was doing it frequently. If by any chance you hear shouting outside, I'm so sorry. Today is a Friday, so people are outside for their night out or whatever. Back to what I was saying. I started a ritual whereby, so I am someone who loves quotes, and if I am on my phone or I am listening to a YouTube video or even a TikTok and someone says something that just like they might not even say it as a quote, they might just be saying something random and they're like, my brain just clicks it. So what I do is I have multiple sticky notes in this thing, and then I write the quote on it, and I never look at it again. Like, I have had a few that have been here for the past 1 to 2 months, and it's not like I even go back to read it, but I don't know the psychology behind why I do that. I didn't even plan on, but for me it's like, oh my god, I want to write this, I want to frame this, I don't want to forget it, but then I never go back to read it. There was one day I was in the shower and I was listening to a podcast, and the girl said something. Wallahi, I kept repeating it in my head. Immediately I came out of the shower and I wrote it here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to read it out, all the notes that I can find here, and then maybe we can talk about it, or we can just read it out, because I don't know if I would have something to say for each and every one of them. So here they all are. It's like 8 or more, something like that, around that range. Do you know what? I am so happy today. Do you know what I am actually happy about in this video? The fact that I am filming in the dark. So I know people don't like watching dark videos on the internet, but I feel like today I get a huge pass because this is not for anyone specifically. And then even when I record professional videos, or just when I'm sad specifically and I want to talk about something, but then maybe it's not really about me, I'm trying to be more educational or just have someone relate to my experience, I have to put up bright lights, and then it's not the mood that I have seen that there are 30 people that are able to, and I think it's because they're experts, but then they're able to set up their lighting in a way that you can see them clearly, but then the background is dim and then the setting is just dark. Does that make sense? I've tried doing it, but I don't know how to do it. Once I put on one light, everywhere is bright and I hate it. Back to it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to read what I wrote on the sticky notes, and then I'll try and remember why I wrote it down or what happened when I wrote it down. The first one says, stop romanticizing people who dropped you when it mattered. So I read this somewhere and I wrote it, and it was during a time when I was trying to get over heartbreak. The reason why I wrote it was at that time it was hard for me to accept that what happened, and then I used to romanticize in my head that, oh, they didn't mean to hurt me, they didn't mean to do this certain thing to me, or they don't know that it hurts that much. Maybe they're thinking of me, I don't know, just romanticizing the relationship. I don't know how to explain it. My brain is not working now, but that was just why I wrote that. The second one, I love it so much. I can clearly remember. I honestly don't remember where I read it, but I can remember what I felt when I read it. But then it says, these people that come to our life are just passerbys. And when I read it, I'm like, so people are just passing? Because if they're passing and they don't stay permanently, so if they leave, it doesn't hurt as much because you know that they were never meant to stay forever. And this is still a concept. I have seen this paraphrased in different ways, and people are just trying to explain to us that people are chapters in your life, no one is going to be there forever. But then you just hear it, but it's still hard to come to terms with, because what do you mean by this person that I love so much, that knows so much about me, we've built so many good memories? What do you mean by they're just passing by? What do you mean by they're just a chapter and they're going to leave? It's hard to come to terms with, but you hear it a lot. And when I just read it, I'm like, okay, so if this person that broke my heart is just a passerby, he came and he's passing, and now that his time is up and he has passed, so I shouldn't be upset. It's not actually even about not being upset, But then sometimes what makes disappointment or heartbreak hurt is because we don't expect it. We never expected it. We saw these people as a forever thing, as permanent. Maybe if from the beginning we had seen relationship or them as one day this would not be as strong, one day they would leave. It might not be in a hurtful way, but they would not always be there. Maybe if we had that perspective from the beginning, if they finally leave, it wouldn't hurt as much. And I think that's why it hurt, because we don't ever think that they would leave. The next one is, you don't have to be good at something to post it. And I cannot remember where I saw this, but this helped me during the beginning phases of making YouTube videos, because I was always thinking like, is this good enough? This thing that I want to say or post, does it make sense? Considering for me, my content is even like mostly about me. And the most difficult thing was when I started making informational videos, when I want to talk about, maybe review my University of Bristol accommodation or talk about my experience on something, but in a helpful way, not just like this where it's just about me. And then I'm like, is this good enough? Am I touching on the important points? Would someone find this helpful? Am I using too much filler words? Watching other people's videos and comparing it with mine? But then when I read this, it helped me remove that expectation on myself that it has to be good. Does that make sense? Because the major thing that was stopping me from posting, because I felt it wasn't good enough. So this is telling me that it doesn't have to be good, I can still post it. So I had to accept and come to terms with the fact that, okay, this video that you made is not good, but then you can still post it. You said too many filler words, you were rambling, so it's not good, but then you can still post it. And if you actually think about the word good, to what standard? Who dictates how good a video is? Because to me, a video can be entertaining and then to another person it's not entertaining. So yeah, that's that. The next one is very simple. It's called The Art of Being Alone. And I was watching something and I heard someone say it, and apparently it was a book, so I wrote it because the title in itself just called out to me. So I have read the book, amazing book, I love it so much. I've made a video on this channel about the book, talking about a few things that the book has caused me to reflect on. I really love it. I haven't finished reading it, but yeah, that's that. This was very short. I love that. The next one is embrace the present, trust the future, and more importantly, let time pass. And funny enough, this was just yesterday. I love that it was very recent, because these other ones have been just weeks ago or months ago, and this was just yesterday, but this was recent. I was watching an Instagram reel, and she was a valedictorian, and she was talking about, I can't clearly remember what she said, so I'm paraphrasing poorly here, but basically what she's just trying to say is she used to count down days on her journal, so she would reach 100 and something, 1,000 and something days. She did it over 5 years apparently, but then something happened and she learned that she needed to look more at the present. So she said she started to let time pass instead of just doting over every day and counting it, something like that. But at the end of her speech, she just said something so beautiful. She said, embrace the present, trust the future, and more importantly, let time pass. It just spoke to me, because I feel like at this stage of my life, I'm trying to freeze time, literally, because I'm thinking, oh my God, I need to get this done. If this doesn't happen by this time, I want to do this. Okay, if this time passes, I haven't achieved this. What would happen in the next few months? Okay, this time has already passed. I need to get this application sent in or get this process done before this. If not, I would miss this. A whole lot of things. And then when she said, let time pass, it just felt so nice. Oh my God. I watched a TikTok video that kind of relates to this. Paraphrasing here again very poorly, but the lady said, oh my God, women are so intelligent. It's all women. She was like, she likes to look at her life as if it's a puzzle that's unraveling, and she looks at it and she thinks, oh my God, what's this? So it's like a movie. You're interested, you're finding it interesting, you don't know what is going to happen. So she likes to look at it as if she's unraveling a gift box. Oh my God, so what's going to happen to me next? That's how she explained it, and it's such a beautiful perspective, because sometimes we look at the future with fear. Oh my God, this bad thing for me, maybe this bad thing might happen, maybe I might lose this, what's the worst that could happen? I know it's not good, but I look at the future and I think maybe bad things are going to happen or things are going to get bad if I don't do this. So I'm always trying to fight against the future and do things in the present to avoid any negative repercussions in the future. You understand? But then when she explains it, you now tend to have an open mindset, because even if things are not positive the way you like it, you just look at it as, okay, this is the plot of my story, this is what this chapter has brought. And then it's like you're just sitting down and you're watching your life like a movie, like you're in a cinema and you're just finding interesting things, and oh, this happened, oh wow, this happened, whether negative or whether good or bad. So yeah, that's that. The last one, which was today, this is the most recent one. This hasn't even been written 3 hours, so it's a baby, and it says, will this soothe me today and break me tomorrow? And it was triggered from something I was sad about. So what happened that made me sad today is I made a difficult decision a few weeks or months ago, and then something happened and I got triggered, and I'm like, did I make the right decision? And I know it's the right decision. It's not going to make sense what I'm going to say, so don't worry, but then it makes sense to me. I never knew that there would be sadness that comes with the thought of what could have been. How could have things turned out? And then today, I got triggered, and I was thinking, I got sad in 2 ways. And I was thinking, it could have been this way, this could have happened. So I was sad about that. But then I was also sad that, did I make the right decision? I know it's the right decision, but then I was also sad that I had to make that decision. I was sad that I have to be strong. I was sad that I have to have strong boundaries. Why does it have to be difficult? I was sad at the thought of, will I always have to be this strong? Will it always be this hard to uphold my boundaries and stick to my boundaries? Like, self-love is very difficult, because sometimes I think it's easier to get the bare minimum. It's easier to not do what's best for yourself and just live in the moment, because sometimes temporary happiness is just easier. It's just difficult to do something knowing that it's not going to make you happy in the present, but then it's good for you in the future. Because I was thinking, like, that decision that I made would have definitely, if I had not made it, temporarily in some aspects, it would make my life right now much easier and I would be happy to an extent. But then it's not healthy for my future self. It's not healthy for who I want to be. It doesn't align with my values. It's not who Zainab is, but then it's still easier. So I was just sad about it. I don't know if what I said made sense. But then this was a reminder, and I was like, will this soothe me today and break me tomorrow? So with that decision or whatever, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, it's just an affirmation to myself that I made the right decision. Because when I ask myself this question, I know that whatever it is, it might soothe me today, but then it would break me tomorrow. So I don't want to be broken tomorrow. I'm already going through enough. Wallahi, I'm tired of the word heartbreak. Nah, I swear to God, I'm so tired of it. I need to find another word to substitute it, but that's the reality of where we're at. But then, you guys, do you know what? Funny enough, right? I'm actually not heartbroken. Jokes apart. Genuinely, I'm just sad because heartbroken was me in September, October, November, December, January, February from 2024. So from April 2024 to ending of March 2025. That is what I would call heartbroken, because those months were like very painful. I was just breaking inside. I was doing my masters and going to class, but then I was going through a lot. But these past few months, it's not. I'm not heartbroken. I'm actually healing. But then, if you're healing, when you're talking about it, you have to say heartbreak, because that's what it is. You're referencing to things. You're referencing to the past. And sometimes I do get sad, but then not in the excruciatingly painful way where like I'm crying in bed and I can't breathe. Like sometimes I think, you guys. So funny enough, actually. So even if you're healing, you still do cry. But then, like, I realized, like, it's not that painful one. I actually need to go and read about this, what could have been. And I hate this whole stupid healing thing, because you don't have to read about things. Not read, you don't have to read, but then you tend to discover things about yourself. Things people have talked about that you actually never took notice to. Patterns. Then you now learn something about yourself. And you're like, oh, so this is how this is. Oh, this is why this is this. And you're like, interesting. So can you see how my mood has changed from the beginning of this video to the ending? I don't know why. I need to accept who I am as a person. You know, I always have anxiety when recording videos, because I'm like, I don't want this video to be too long, but then it's long. So now I'm worried for my editing self. You guys, I'm so crazy. Do you know that I edit? So during my lunch break at work, I edit so many drafts and I need to get them out of the way. So I'm like, I just need to edit. Something I'm scared about is because I don't want to be editing and then someone would see me editing my videos, especially my co-workers. I don't want anyone to know that I have this channel. So I tend to position myself in a way that no one can see my laptop. So I'm eating my lunch and I'm editing my videos. So that's nice. Back to what I was saying. What was I even saying? I honestly can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember. I've lost my train of thought. Oh, I remember. I'm not heartbroken. I'm just sad. And I was talking about crying. Like, yes, I don't cry. Oh God, you guys, I used to cry so much. Like during my dissertation, you guys, I almost failed my dissertation because of heartbreak. Like the day I cancelled so many supervisor meetings because my eyes were just so puffy and I couldn't breathe. Like not breathe, but like I was in so much pain that I cannot talk during a meeting. This is why if I had failed my dissertation, I would have just been, I don't know. So this is why like finishing that master's was extra. It showed I am capable. You know, it was extra double authentication because I'd not only go through the stress of UK masters, I went through it heartbroken. You guys, you know what heartbreak is? And then guess who? Guess who graduated? Guess who won? You see? So I'm the boss. So that was that. So I'm just sad now. Like when I cry now, I don't even cry. Oh, Kai Zainab, I'm such a liar. Why am I lying? Why did I lie? I actually blatantly just confidently lied. With so much confidence now. Literally, I think was it 1.5 weeks ago, less than a week ago. Literally 1 week ago, I was actually crying on that bed, genuinely. And now and see how I was confidently saying that, oh, I haven't cried, like I just shed a tear. I'm lying, you guys. But I swear to God, that's a different situation. Let me explain. Let me tell you something. So it's totally different. I don't know how to explain it to you guys because it's so embarrassing. Why am I still heartbroken? Why am I still crying? Like over who? Like I'm so amazing. Like please. But it's like, why would I cry? You know, because sometimes I look at myself and I'm like, you're so amazing. Why would you make someone cry? But then I'm like, why would you guys hurt me? Like, it's me. I'm your Shayla. Why would someone hurt me? Like, but you guys actually cried a week ago, funny enough. I made a video about it. I feel like I'm an annoying person in the sense that why am I always making videos about when I'm sad? It's not all the time. But then if you see me make a video when I'm sad, then know that the shit is real. Do I have any other thing I want to say? You see how I've been complaining that this video is long, but at this point I don't care. It's going to be maybe 30 or 40 minutes, most likely more than that. But who cares? Let me tell you something. I just want to actually give you a brief overview of my day because what annoys me is like, how can, you know, like emotions are mad. They're very stupid because how can a day start so well, like you'll be happy and you would be thinking of ending your day in a very calm, positive, bad girl, boss babe manner, corporate baddie manner, but then I am up at 11 in the night recording a sad video, looking very weird on the internet. I'm talking about post-it notes. Like, who does that? But let me tell you, for the first time in more than a week, I was able to successfully sleep by 1 a.m. in the night. I have been struggling so much with my sleeping pattern because I was normally a night owl before I started doing a 9 to 5. So considering that is not a good combination. So I'm always going to work just like so tired because my brain literally only shuts down and goes to sleep at 4 or 3 and I wake up by 6:30. So not good combination. Yesterday I forced myself. Funny enough, like, do you know what I did? I threw my phone to the entire like ending of the phone. So I was able to, I can't remember, I closed my eyes by 12:40 a.m. and then I woke up by 6:30. So immediately I woke up, I was so happy. I'm like, oh my God, I did it. And today was a Friday. So I was so happy. I went to work. My lunch was leftover doner kebab that I bought. Oh my God, you guys. So on Thursday after work, I bought a doner kebab, but I didn't finish it. I just ate a little out of it. So I went with that to work today. Work was very good. Like things were calm, everything. Tell me why. I just had better energy. I was happier. My eyes felt more alive. And I had a YouTube draft. So when I came back home, I did a lot of chores. Immediately I removed my bag because I knew if I decided to sit down on that bed, I would not do it today. You guys, I think I need to find a way to structure my weekends because I've realized that what I do is I do my chores and tasks during the weekend, so it doesn't feel like a weekend. So now I need to find another system whereby I do it during the weekday. So I had to do like laundry, wash the toilet. I just did all that today. And I sat on this oh my God, like I fixed my bed so that it doesn't even look enticing to cuddle into. So I was getting some work done on the laptop. Not work, but my type of work. Oh my god, I forgot to tell you, before I came back home, I branched Tesco because my plan of action is I don't want to leave my house until Monday morning. So I had a few groceries that I needed to get done. Tell me why I was in Tesco, and I just passed by the flowers aisle and I saw this cute flower pot and I was just like, take me. Funny enough, I've always seen this. I don't think I've always seen this because now it's summer, but then it has, that rack has not been there. There's the normal flowers, but then this time they had different types of flower pots. I have seen flower pots before. Surprisingly, this one just took my attention. And I was like, I looked at it. I even took a few pictures. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you. Na, 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 na. I feel like I took this flower because it represents my heart. It's full of a lot of thorns. It is so, like, it's so simple, but I feel like it has a statement. I feel like it says a lot without saying a lot. It's a fashion statement because it's just one flower, just one red flower. It stands out and then it's surrounded by leaves, but they're not green. And then guess what? It has thorns, literally, like but then they're not sharp. I'm a poet. See, the thing here is, and that's how my heart is, red, full of blood. It has thorns. I stand out, but it's not sharp. I don't know if that makes sense. Wait, the thorns in my heart are not sharp. They are sharp. If you try me, I will deal with you. Like, you guys, literally, the thorns don't hurt. You would, but from how they look outside, they look deadly. But then when you touch them, they don't. So see, yeah, oh my god, see the bottom, see, I like it. So yeah, I plan on, but then I'm scared it's going to die because my windows are always closed. You guys, I have this huge dilemma of whether I should get a curtain or not. I would most likely get it in the end. But then I don't know, I don't want to spend the money, honestly. It seems like it is a lot to an extent because I have a high standard of the type I want. I want the blackout ones, which are more expensive. Another problem I have is my window is very big. Imagine 3 or 4 windows all at once because my room is very big, so that is what is making it more expensive. Then it's not only wide, it's how long, like it's, so I need to get, and then I need to get the blackout ones, so even the rod is going to be extra long, which means extra money. Everything is extra. I'm tired of this adulting because honestly now, like, as an employed babe that I am, like a working girl, did I tell you guys I got my first paycheck? Oh, I did not tell you. You and I are not on the same level. Like, I got my first paycheck.